Hey guys, start to another vid. Bit of a change up. This one's going to be on the old collie. So away we go. Basic rundown, tub chop and rear bar. Rear bar's going to have a swing away for a spare wheel and 2 jerrys. Yeah, let's get into it, I suppose. So obviously starting off with tub chop, I'll take the flare off, and then I don't really know how other people do it, but obviously because I'm having a rear bar, so it's just going to be straight. So my tub chop's just going to be straight. So I'm going to measure it from the top lip and down, and hopefully that will give me a pretty straight line to cut to. Alright, so as you can see, I set just this level up just because obviously that's a rounded edge, so I just set the level up kind of in here. Obviously it kind of follows the lip that I want to be measuring off, just so I had a square edge to kind of hook the tape on and shit, and so I could kind of play with it to bring the tape out a little bit. So from the top of that, I was just coming down to what I've already cut all under here, to fit it over my raised tow bar. So I'm just following that line around, yeah, so I just measured what that was, and then did a few marks, and then run the tape out, trying to make it as straight as possible. So that's essentially most of it cut off. It's still hanging on by some of the bracing in the back, that was hanging on by the tape. You can see there's this bracket there, so I just had to undo that as well. You can see there's a bit more bracing in that side, so I might have to get the saber saw and get in there. You can see how that kind of joins, but that's essentially it. So it turns out that bit was actually not that bad to get out. I could get most of the grinder. I had to finish off a small little corner with that, but I'm happy with how easy this whole thing is going. I thought it was just going to be a pig to get into like things like that and stuff, and it will just drag out, but piece of piss. Well, that's pretty much it. Obviously I put the flare back on, and obviously just clean the edges up with a file or something, just get the sharp edges off. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to fill anything. I'm going to go get some pinch seam shit, just to put around the edges, and then obviously the rear bar will cover it, so it should be all gravy. I'm not going to show you the other side because why the fuck would I? So yeah, tub chop. Alright, we are back and ready to get into it. Obviously you can see I started making some brackets, so I just kind of templated it off the rear tow bar. I made the holes, and then just ran it through a bit, just kept it straight. That's just like the same thickness as the chassis rail. I think it's 90mm. Just kept it easy. It's on the other side as well. This morning I fucking treated myself to one of these bad boys, impact wrench, I think they're called. This is absolutely sick. I didn't realise how skinny it is as well. You could get this bitch in some good places. The only problem is it didn't come with a 1/2-inch head, so I have to use an adapter. But yeah, I frothed this, and I got a die grinder as well. So thought it'd be funny to show you how much of a struggle it is to do shit yourself when you're not doing it properly. Not properly, just not with the right shit, so you kind of square it. And just with no second set of hands, makes it fun. Trying to hold it in the right spot. Put a decent tack on it. So I got this length oversized for that pretty much that sole reason, just so I can tack it there, and now I can pull, like I can like measure kind of and just mark where I want it, and now I can just pull it off and pretty much do everything off of it, instead of trying to measure shit with nothing to hook onto on the tub and shit, and cutting it first and then tacking it and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, I just thought that would be a bit easier for me. Obviously in that last thing you can kind of see doing shit solo without fucking, I don't know, jack stands and shit to hold stuff for you, just full wing bowling it. But yeah, that's the easier way to go for me. Now to get the length for the corners, obviously I'm making it run down the side here as well. So I'm just using this as kind of where the outside's going to sit. I'm just going to make it flush with the flare. And then I just measured 30mm off the body. You can see the line there. So that's kind of where it's going to sit, as in the bar. So it's going to be a little bit out from the tub, but the flare is going to be like kind of flush with it. And then on the corner, because I'm making swingaways on it, the corner is going to be cut out, and it's going to be curved. I'll show you one of these. This is going to be in the corner, so I'm going to make that the radius of the corner, so it's got a nice cool kind of curve to it. But yeah, I just did that both sides. That kind of gives me my length. Now I just got to work out how I kind of want to join this. So obviously, as I said, that was going to sit there, so I'll scrub that kind of around where it's going to sit, and then I'll measure back kind of what the other piece of steel will be that runs down here, and I'll kind of work out like a in between that I'll be able to kind of put an angle on. But yeah, this line here is going to be the outside point. So I've moved it over because I thought it would look a bit shit sticking out so far. So now it's only going to be like 10mm from the body there, and then it will go out to the flare a bit wider, kind of cut across the angle. I reckon that'll look a bit more slim and better. So mind that fucking layer of it. So on the ones running down the side, I could only get 50 by 100. Now the back bar is 90 by 90, so obviously we're on the joint where they meet, they'd be a little bit different. So I've decided to kind of rip like a bit of a triangle on, and then clamp it. So then, I don't know if you can kind of see on this one's welded up. If it will load, yeah, you can kind of see it there. Kind of goes up on the angle. Oh yeah, a little bit easier. Like from this point, kind of goes up on the angle. So that's 90 up there, the meat on the corner, and then I've just left that at 100, so it kind of comes out towards the back of the wheel. This is one I haven't done, so obviously it peels up, but just clamp it back and then tack it a bit, and then run some beads down it. Now before taking it off to obviously cut the ends and suss all that shit, I've thrown this triangle in there on both sides, tacked them in there to hold the plates straight, so I won't have any troubles putting it back on when I put the final full welds on it. It doesn't warp it at all, and make it a pig to get on, just to keep them straight, and holds it a bit better, I suppose. So yeah, I need to start stuffing around with the ends now. Alright, so I've obviously cut them back. While it was off, I finished welded the actual brackets. But yeah, you can see this is obviously the bit that you weld the swing away shit to, sitting on there. You can see how close that sits. And I didn't really measure that, so lucky that it's kind of somewhat spaced off. You can see I've left the bottom on, so this just sits down, so I don't know, less stuffing around, I suppose. But they're just tacked in there at the moment, and now they're kind of sort out how I'm going to work that. it's going to meet like kind of back here, because this is going to be the radius, if you remember. So it's going to meet like back here, and then I need to do like a bit of a notch, and then the angle. So it should be a little bit of fun trying to get that kind of Mickey, but going all right. So you can kind of see, I kind of fucked up a little bit. You can see there's a bit of a gap, but should be easy enough to fill. Yeah, cut that off. That's obviously the bit sitting underneath, but essentially that's the side, flush with there, and then it's just on the angle back. There's about, there wasn't meant to be like 10 mil here, it looks like 8ish, and then yeah, obviously it kind of joins, and then that's going to be the radius. Same on the other side, obviously. Same thing, kind of a little bit of a gap, but should be able to feel it pretty easy. So yeah, it's starting to take shape. So obviously now I'm just finished welding it all up. So that's the yeah, obviously the swing A thing. So that's welding all the corner up. Added these angles in here just to help hold the kind of legs hanging out. But yeah, just showing you the curves cleaned up a bit. You can see there's a couple of little pits from just like gaps in the weld and shit. I had to run like at second bead, kind of just to fill, so it was like a smoother curve. As in like the first bead was there, and then I grinded it back a bit, and then there was just that like kind of gap because it didn't like run out properly, so I just had to do like a second bead, so then I could grind it kind of flat finish after. So that's kind of the corner, just showing you that. I've just done the top as well, but I'm leaving around this radius. Just no, it's the weld's fine. Doesn't look too shit, and I don't know, a bit of plate, and it will just blend in, and it's just easier. Oh, and I'm leaving the insides because it seeps, and there's no point. But now I marked what was still on. I marked angles. I don't know if you can see. I've just scribed like an angle down that suits the car. So I marked that on both sides. So I need to cut them back and then cap them, and then essentially that's the main like framework pretty much done. I still got some bits to do, like put the toe point in. So that's pretty much it. Lick a primer on it. Obviously it's not done, but it's gonna drag out to tomorrow, and I didn't want to sit outside just not protected, so I may as well just slap a lick on. Pretty much everything is done. Everything that needs to be done is just on the surface here, which I haven't primed because I ran out, not because I wasn't going to. But yeah, everything is going to be on that surface anyway, so everything I have kind of painted is pretty much done, I suppose. So it's just, I need to just obviously put that toe point and then a couple latches on the front. All this side and back and everything is all done, so it's coming up alright. Those big plates being galvanized, I didn't take them back, I didn't like grind it back all the way, so kind of spewing. You can see there's a little bit of like splatter in the top of the weld. That's because I don't know how it pans out, but the gal kind of cooks it a bit. Alrighty, so this vid has blown out a little bit here, so I'm gonna have to make 2 parts. So for this one, that's it, and the next one will be up shortly. Cheers.